My 600 Ub Life star Brandon Scott appeared in season 7 at 718 pounds. He was one of Dr. Now's heaviest patients during the season. His food addiction became a huge obstacle for him to reach his dream of becoming a singer. In addition to his weight, Brandon was also struggling with multiple health conditions, making it difficult for him to perform any daily tasks. However, Brandon was determined to turn his life around for his dream and his family. Keep reading to see how he's doing today. Brandon showed dedication early in his episode despite all his health issues. The My 600 Ub Life star followed a certain weight loss program and qualified himself for bariatric surgery. He had an impressive start, and even Dr. Now was amazed by his hard work. It reached a point where Brandon almost quit after he was criticized at the airport. But his good support system motivated him to continue working toward his goals. After 12 months, Brandon lost 383 pounds, bringing his weight down to 353 Ubs. His hard work also resulted in him getting married to Taylor Kuntz. The two tied the knot in Nashville, Tennessee. It also appears that Brandon's married life inspired him to start working on his music career. Brandon Scott is among the most active My 600 Ub Life stars on social media today. He hasn't shared his exact weight this year, but many of his photos and clips indicate that he's now somewhere below 300 pounds. On February 19, 2025, he shared a photo with his music duo as they endorsed their single. Many were amazed by their voice, but what's more noticeable is Brandon's slimmer physique. Here are some of the comments he received. Aside from his weight loss journey, Brandon has also been thriving in his music career. He has released countless singles since his episode in season 7. Many of his songs are also about gospels. The My 600 Ub Life star has also shared clips from his performances at events and church ceremonies. Brandon Scott also assures fans that he has never forgotten his physical journey. In June 2024, he uploaded an impressive clip of himself lifting dumbbells and working out indoors. He captioned, "Just a reminder, there is no I'm starting tomorrow. Start now, right now. Can't stop, won't stop. All exercise helps, get it, brother. Keep it up. Worshiping God through your music. Everything. Bro squashed those side bends, those skull crushers, and curls. You are a champion. You go, Brandon. Just stay away from box food." Brandon Scott's journey on My 600 Ub Life in season 7 is a profound example of resilience, struggle, and ultimate victory. The show, which follows the lives of morbidly obese individuals attempting to turn their lives around through drastic weight loss, showcases not only the physical transformation, but also the emotional and psychological battles that come with it. Brandon's story, however, stands out for his unique struggles and his remarkable triumph, making his journey one of the most inspiring in the series. A life at the crossroads. Brandon Scott was no stranger to the trials of living with obesity. At the time of his first appearance on My 600 Ub Life, Brandon weighed in at 600 pounds, making him one of the heaviest individuals ever featured on the show. This staggering weight had resulted in numerous health complications, from limited mobility to constant joint pain. It wasn't just his physical well-being that was suffering. Emotionally, Brandon was in a deeply challenging place. Born and raised in a small town in Texas, Brandon's life had been marked by a series of difficult circumstances. He had struggled with weight issues from a young age, finding solace in food as a coping mechanism for childhood trauma and ongoing mental health struggles. As he got older, his weight ballooned, and it became an all-encompassing part of his identity. Food was his comfort, his escape, and the one constant in a life that felt chaotic and out of control. The psychological effects of his weight were as heavy as the physical toll. Brandon described feeling isolated, ashamed, and unable to engage in the social or personal life that many others take for granted. His extreme obesity left him feeling like a prisoner in his own body, and he often felt invisible in society. His appearance and size dictated every aspect of his day-to-day existence. Even the simplest tasks, like going for a walk or going out in public, were incredibly daunting. The turning point. For Brandon, the turning point came when he realized that he was at a crossroads. His weight had taken a significant toll on his health, and he was facing a future with potentially debilitating consequences. He was constantly short of breath, unable to do even the most basic activities, and at risk of developing life-threatening conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and hypertension. The realization that his life could be cut short was a stark wake-up call. Determined to take control of his future, Brandon made the decision to apply for My 600 Ub Life, hoping that Dr. Yunan Nozaruddin, the show's renowned surgeon known for his tough love approach, would help him turn things around. When Brandon met Dr. Nozaruddin, it was clear that he was ready for change, but the road ahead would not be easy. Dr. Nozaruddin is known for his no-nonsense attitude and high expectations, and Brandon was not exempt from this approach. Dr. Nozaruddin's treatment plan for Brandon included a strict diet, exercise regimen, and most importantly, the requirement of weight loss before he would qualify for bariatric surgery. The journey would be grueling, and Brandon's success would depend entirely on his willingness to stick to the program. Struggling with old habits. The road to success was not without its setbacks. Like many individuals featured on the show, Brandon was not immune to the difficulties that come with breaking old habits. Food had been a comfort and coping mechanism for him for much of his life. Facing the prospect of giving it up was not easy. Brandon's emotional eating habits were deeply ingrained. Food was how he dealt with stress, loneliness, and even joy. When things got difficult, food was his refuge, a way of numbing the pain. Breaking this cycle of emotional eating required Brandon to confront painful memories and unresolved emotional trauma. He had to face his demons, something that was just as challenging as the physical weight loss itself. The psychological aspect of his weight loss journey was crucial, and Brandon worked with counselors to unravel his relationship with food. Slowly but surely, he began to understand the root causes of his emotional eating and started to develop healthier coping mechanisms. Through therapy, he also learned to acknowledge and work through the deep-seated pain that had led him to such extreme weight gain. The emotional hurdles were tough, but Brandon kept his eyes on the prize. Every small victory, losing a few pounds, sticking to his diet plan for a few days, or simply feeling a bit more energetic, kept him motivated. He leaned into his support system, especially his family, who remained by his side through every step of the journey. His wife, who had been by his side throughout his struggles, played an especially important role, helping to keep him focused and accountable. Weight loss and triumph. As the weeks passed, Brandon began to make tangible progress. The weight began to come off, and with it, his confidence grew. He became more committed to the exercise and dietary changes Dr. Nozaruddin had prescribed. In addition to the physical transformation, Brandon's mental and emotional changes were just as significant. It wasn't long before Brandon was able to undergo the life-changing bariatric surgery that he had worked so hard to earn. Dr. Nozaruddin's procedure was the key to helping Brandon shed even more weight and ensure that his transformation would be permanent. This milestone was a huge victory, both physically and mentally. After the surgery, Brandon's weight loss continued at an impressive rate. The changes were remarkable. His mobility improved drastically. He could walk with ease, perform basic activities without pain, and, perhaps most importantly, he felt like a new person. His weight loss also helped him avoid many of the dangerous health risks that had once been looming over him. His blood pressure stabilized, his energy levels soared, and his overall quality of life improved dramatically. A new chapter in life. By the end of his journey on My 600 Up Life, Brandon had lost an astounding amount of weight. His transformation was not just about the number on the scale, it was about his entire outlook on life. His appearance had changed drastically, but the real victory was in the way he saw himself and the way he began to live. He had regained control of his life, his health, and his future. Brandon's success story was not without its challenges. He had to work hard, make difficult changes, and confront his deepest fears and insecurities. But through determination, hard work, and support from his family and the team at My 600 Up Life, Brandon achieved something extraordinary. Brandon's success serves as a powerful reminder that no matter how difficult the journey, it is possible to change one's life for the better. His story proves that with the right mindset, support, and commitment, anyone can overcome even the greatest of challenges. Brandon Scott's triumph is a beacon of hope to those struggling with obesity, showing that no matter how heavy the burden, there is always a path forward, and it is never too late to start anew.